Redditors who unexpectedly found someone you know on a porn site. How did that go? Unexpectedly. That shit took me all day. Some guy the first know from high school is in a MAGA-themed gay orgy of like 15 to 20 people. They're literally all wearing MAGA hats and just We know it's him because we matched up his tattoos from the video with pictures from social media. Make America gay again. Girl I went to HS with did porn. They looked exactly like I imagined. So, I was living up to my username and cruising the amateur section one day when I saw a thumbnail that made me stop scrolling to take a look. Those tattoos look familiar. Wait. Is that? It is. WTF. Wait, who's that with? Oh that's me. So I'm sitting there freaking out a bit because my pale ass is on the internet and text her. She admitted to putting up and apologized, which really caught me off guard. She said she was going to remove it, but last time I checked it was still there. 78% approval rating, so that was a nice boost to the old confidence. I've found a few friends on FetLife, so that was interesting. Also a few others with modeling careers. Although I never found it. My ex-stepsister from my dad's third ex-wife is apparently on some porn sites. I only found out about this years ago when my dad's wife asked my wife for advice on how to deal with an unruly 18-year-old. Apparently since 15, that was always a threat of hers. That the moment she turned 18 she would make a ton of money doing porno. So high school just didn't matter. She was in juvenile detention for a few months. Apparently when she turned 18 some guys flew her out to California and made the videos. She was missing for like a month. This was 10 years ago. I've never heard anything about it since, but I know it always bothered my dad's wife. Stumbled on her being 7 ways till Sunday randomly on Pornhub, but didn't say anything to her. Then one day she just admitted to it. I think she thought I'd judge her for it because I'm a bit of a prude, but we had a laugh and a bit of a cringe at some of the people she's performed with. She's happy doing it and I'm happy that she's found something she loves doing. Found my tattoo artist in a softcore video. It was pretty hot and I used it for science. I never mentioned it to her as I feel like it's a hot secret to have. Happened 3 times. 2 guys I thought of like my brothers, so it was just gross. One guy played the same tone-deaf arsehole he was in real life. He must have known somebody to get that part. Clarification. His manner was tone-deaf. He was just mean when he meant to be dominant. We didn't get along. Had a big crush on a sorority girl from college who was in a few of my classes. Couple years later find Shush is a porn star with a rather large collection of films. My right arm was sore for days. And the cock didn't fare much better. I actually found a video of an old friend of mine who did porn. Yes, I enjoyed it at first. But afterwards I commented on it to a mutual friend of mine who informed me that she had passed away recently, which led to some feelings of shame. I then did something I had never done and actually commented on a video on a porn site informing them that she had passed away in some weird attempt at redemption of my own shame. I went back a few months later to see if anyone had replied and was pleasantly surprised to see the video had been removed from the site. A girl that I took to junior prom ended up getting into some very bad porn, but from time to time I look through it and fancy myself a tug. 8 hours, nearly 700 comments and not a single worthwhile link to corroborate any of these stories. SMH. I acted like I didn't know and flirted with her. She said this isn't the right time to start a relationship. So much for resparking up an old flame. A girl I know was on backroom casting couch. I was already sleeping with her when she told me. It was definitely hot to watch her gag on some stranger's cock, do anal for the first time, and get cream pied. The strange thing was whatever makeup they did made her look like someone else, even though I know it's her. Her voice, and she showed me the video. It still doesn't exactly look like her 100%. More like 95%. My brother-in-law's brother convinced his wife to start doing amateur webcam stuff for extra money and had the IT guy at work in a family business help him set it all up. Word got around and a lot of us downloaded her private videos. He finally found out everyone had seen his wife naked and got super pissed at all of us. They ended up moving shortly after from Oklahoma to an oceanfront property in Florida. He went from making $35K a year to not working at all because his wife was pulling approximately $300K masturbating part-time. So, back in college I worked at a store known for lotion and candles. A lot of us were young and the same age, so hung out on weekends. One girl was a bit older and crazy, loved to tell us about all the sex she had. We assumed it was jokes for attention. She unexpectedly quit and moved to California without so much as a goodbye. One night at a party, one of the guys came and said we all had to see this video. He opens up a website about golden showers, and there is our former coworker, naked on the floor, having guys pee on her. Not only was she on a site getting peed on, but also on another having multiple guys come on her face. There was also a video of her in the back of a limo, drunk, begging to find a homeless guy to have homeless babies with. Of course every coworker found out and joked about it. We thought the end was near until one day in the back room, my manager came back and said we had to come out. She was dying laughing. There was a guy buying candles wearing a shirt that had the website we found former coworker getting peed on. Hope she's good and doesn't have homeless babies. Found someone I know who does cum tributes. A lot of the pics he tributes are people we know mutually. Was mostly just offended 80% of his friends were on there and I wasn't one of them. Still salty about it, to be honest. There was a mum at my primary school. She was a hooker turned porn star and one day a dad saw her picture in a porno mag. Turns out she's done a bunch of shitty porn. Everyone at school loved her from then on. Her poor kid. No one knows his name. He's just the porn star's son. Someone revenge posted nude photos of mine on Pornhub. I was a minor back then, so the site's customer support was 5 stars. Very helpful and nice. I just sent them the link to the album the poster created and they deleted it right away. Pornhub customer service is seemingly top-notch. I found my friend has had a porno doppelganger. Actress hasn't worked in a while. At first I thought it was her for sure because they shared so many physical characteristics, smiles, body type, and even voice. I did a search of the actress and found the actress increased breast size in later videos and my friend stayed the same. I recall thinking about the year or so where she and I were the other's wingman at parties. I also thought about the times I dropped her off at random parties and had to wonder if I had dropped her off at a porno shoot. I was glad it wasn't her in the end. As an Asian guy, I only watch Asian porn if it's amateur because I find the pixelated naughty bits annoying. I was really surprised when I found a video of me someone because that person swore that the video would be for personal use only. Thankfully our faces weren't in frame and I couldn't see how someone would connect me to that video given that it was in a different Asian country from where I live. So you rubbed one to yourself. Kinda up, but when I was 13, one of the ads for the porn site I was on had Photoshop a picture of one of the girls at our school's Facebook picture. The original pic was kind of suggestive, but it was her backside and her turning around looking at the camera. Someone just took the picture, added her to a different background and added the text like hot horny 18-year-old ready to or something like that. I was shocked and I didn't know what to do about it. She was 13 and someone was using her Facebook picture for a porn ad and it wasn't like I could say, hey, I was watching porn and I saw you on an ad. What's even more messed up is wondering how someone even found that picture. Could it have been someone on her friends list? Google's database. And what were the odds that I would just happen to see that? I eventually told my friends what I saw and they all admitted to see it at some point too. Had a huge crush on this hot redhead in school. She would sleep over my house all the time, being best friends with my stepsister and all. Well, after I'm out of high school and I haven't seen her in years, I hear she is doing porn. I searched tirelessly and was greatly rewarded for my efforts. Found her cam stuff and all her Pornhub videos. She was even hotter than I could have ever imagined. I'm probably 60% of her views. Rubbed my dick raw in a few hours. To give some background, my sister used to be a stripper. She made really good money and she made some lifelong friends. When I was about 14, I was on my older sister's Facebook profile, looking for a funny picture of my niece when I came across a photo set of her and her best female friend posing and stuff. I decided to look because it looked normal from the preview pictures shown, but it said there were 20 or so more, so I looked. I wish I hadn't. It was a photo set of her and her best friend having sex. I guess it was a porno photoshoot. Saw tongue on vag. Vag on vag. Dildo in vag. Just full-on lesbian porn. I messaged my sister and told her I was scared for life. She asked why. I told her I saw the photo set. Being the dumb kid I was, I tried to find it again so my mom would believe me, but it was gone. She deleted it and her entire account. I'm 21 now and she still doesn't have a Facebook to this day. To be fair, who TF would post that to a social media profile they have family added to? Broke up with a girl when I was 20. She moved out west. 2 years later a buddy emails me a link with OMG. Watch this. I open it. She's getting drilled with a facial ending. Her eyes were so glazed over, not with jizz, she was obviously on some hard drugs. Made me feel really sad for her. Reached out to her and have remained friends ever since. She's happily married now with 2 kids. Normal life. Basically said she was broke at the time and was offered $100 and AG of coke to do it. Ran into a trending thread on our tip of my penis a while back. Turns out one of the top-rated threads of all time was of a couple I went to college with and shared a number of mutual friends with. Wasn't 100% positive it was her, but a friend who used to live with her confirmed as much. Guess they posted some stuff to GW couples or one of those related subs. Was a bit of a surprise at first, but more power to them.